Yo, yo. Yo, testicles. Ooh. All right, what we got? Here we go. Hello. I didn't really organize this in any way, but well. Oh, there we go. Hello, everybody. What's going on? Hello. Can barely hear myself. Hello. Welcome back to another stream, day 62 of the war in Iran. We're nowhere closer to a peace agreement. We're nowhere closer to getting the Strait of Hormuz reopened. We're led to believe that we are leading negotiations, but all evidence begs to differ. Welcome back to the show. I've been test. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Column audio nubbles. It is in. I just can't really hear myself. Hello. Test. Ooh. Sexy. Hi everyone. Whoever's here anyway. I'm not gonna just fuck around for an hour. I'm gonna start doing it. We did this last week too. If you were here last week, welcome back. That was a test. That was a test episode. I'm covered in liquids. I've got chocolate everywhere. We did this last week. That was a test. I forgot. I just realized now. Anyway, if you were here last week, we had very little organized. There was nothing planned for the show, but we am gonna make it up for you tonight. We got a great show ahead of you today. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you buy the merch. We got inflatable swastikas available now for summer. We have blow up swastikas. Swastikas. Peel them off, stick them on your Volkswagen. A little bumper sticker, a swastika. Be the talk of the town with your Nazi memorabilia. A limited edition right now. Yeah, but listen to fucking I was listening to Fucky. I was listening to let me see, what's this? What is this? Chat box. No, I don't like you. Page or number alert box. What is this? Oh yeah, that was just a little thing down here. Look at that. Now how do I move you? How would one move this? Here we go. This is just to let you know that if you want your chats on the big screen, you gotta donate the $10. Unfortunately, Google, whoever owns Google, takes 200%. I actually owe them money. I owe money. If you were to donate money, I owe money. And I'm not really going to be reading the chat. I do see the chat going off here and to the right of the screen, which I didn't mean to do. But yeah, I'm just pretty much having a cup of tea and a slice of cake. Wearing my Irish hat. I just realized I looked up at the camera and I am my father, having a cup of tea and a slice of chocolate cake. Oh yeah, I'll have a little slice of cake. Yeah, that's lovely. Yeah, that's lovely. You give my dad a little sugar on a plate, and he'd be like, you eat it like a goat. My dad fucking burnt his tongue off when he was a kid, licking fucking ice off a wall or something. And, whoops. All right, how do I close you off? I I don't get it. I don't know how to press buttons. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. And then what the hell is this? Oh, my screen's in the way. Anyway, yeah, but I've been not that it really mattered, but I was getting into Nick Fuentes. I do believe. I think there's just something about pretty much all of these guys. As long as they talk with conviction, as long as they talk like they know exactly what they're talking about, I can go, yeah, right, yeah, that's exactly it. You know, Trump is an idiot. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's taking money from Israel. They're compromised. ICE agents need to start killing immigrants. I'm like, yeah, they do. They should kill me. I want ICE to kill me. But you know, they has that like little infliction thing. That's the art of being a broadcaster. Not me. I'm like a stuttery. I don't know if this I should never really be talking in a situation. I kind of should be playing a shady. I should be sort of playing a low-level criminal on a TV show. You know, the type of guy that gives up information pretty easy. You know, the first guy, when like the bad cop. So there's a new cop and he's young and he's clean and he has a good idea of the law and his morals. And then there's the old grizzly guy and they're on a. He's like, you'll never replace my partner. And they're gunning for some information and I'm the first guy that the old cop finds. They go into a bar and I'm somewhere and I see him and I try to run away, but I won't get away and he beats me up and I go, I told you everything I know, man. But that's kind of who I am. I'm a stuttery moron. I'm not like someone who can be respected. I'm not like Dave Smith or Nick Fuentes. I don't really have many opinions on the Jews. There's no end in sight. The strait is still closed. We're no closer to a change in regime. We've replaced the Ayatollah with a now more angry Ayatollah. And I listen to him. I get caught up. I go, oh yeah. Tell me about the world, Nick Fuentes. Tell me about the Jews. Hating the Jews. It's a gateway drug to a lot of things. I might be an incel now. I might not fuck my wife. I might divorce my wife and call her a bitch. You know, I might be a closet gay. I will say big money on Nick Fuentes being a bit of a puff there. Which is, you know, it's sad. It is tough for me to, not in a homophobic way, but I do believe, like, I don't know if I could be friends with a closet gay. There's something about not knowing yourself enough that you, or to suck cock in private. Something about sucking cock in private that's like kind of, it's like pathetic, you know? Sneaking out of your house. Head down to some fucking late night gas station. Hanging out at the bathrooms. Dressing up as a fireman, going to a gay bar when your wife's out of town. Woo-hoo! I don't know, there's something about it. You gotta be. I don't know what you'd call that. Is it homophobic? Because it's not all the gays. It's only closet gays. It's only gay men who can't admit it. You know? No self-awareness. No brave. Be brave enough to get, you know, be brave. Tell everybody you get your arse eaten by men. Be brave. Lose some friends. Lose your family. Lose the church. But go down to Mexico and get HIV. Like a man. There's something you're a pussy if you're in the closet, you know, as an adult, as a grown up, you know, 14, 15, till whatever. You know, I'll give you a couple of years. 19. But after a while, for fuck's sake, Nick Fuentes, we know you're gay. You just went on vacation with that Irish dude in Italy for a couple of weeks, driving around in your driving on your Vespas and your skinny jeans. Beep beep. Let's do a history tour of the Colosseum. You're gay, and that's all right. You're gay, and you want the world to burn. I still like your takes. I like your takes on Iran. Anyway, I like your takes on Iran. Anyway, so we did this last week. This will be probably every Thursday. Anyway, at least I need to. So here's the thing: is that I'm living in New Jersey. And if you want a podcast, I brought back the podcast, my Collie's 10-minute pod. I used to have my own podcast, the Column Tiro podcast, and I just quit doing it. It was too much. It was 2 hours a week talking to myself. Although this feels like I'm talking to you, even though you're not actually interacting with me in any way. But I brought back my podcast, but I'm just doing it in little 10-minute stints now. I've posted an episode on Patreon. It was 35 minutes long, so there's something mentally, if I can sit down and say, all right, I'm going to do 10 minutes of solo podcasting, I can go do I can do the 35, I can do the 45 easy. You know, you're not going to get that anywhere else. Trying to steal a little confidence from these Nick Fuentes fellas. So head up to Patreon if you want to support me in a way. I definitely shouldn't have had this cake on the pod, but it was getting too late and I'm not going to stay up all night. I didn't want to finish the cake and then, oh my God, not eat the cake. Oh, holy shit though, that's a good cup of tea. Tell you what, you can't beat a cup of tea. You can't beat a cup of tea. Yeah, but I've been doing the podcast. So I'm going to start doing this I think on Thursday nights. So if you're around on Thursday nights, maybe tune into this. I bought a game on the computer here about a year ago. I bought a farming simulator game. So essentially you just, you grow crop. And so I might do that some of the nights, maybe not. The thing is I'm in the middle of nowhere now in New Jersey. So I'm not in the same stand-up comedy rat race of like just fighting over bullshit stage time in New York City like I was, So at the same time, if I'm all the way out here, I'm down at the Jersey Shore. Did you ever hear of it? Oh! Down the Jersey Shore. The GTL. Hey, the comeback is always greater than the setback. So me and all the guineas and the steroids and the divorced couples who are 28 years old, me and all the divorced people, meanwhile the 20-year-old Italians that are divorced are down at the Jersey Shore. So I'm not driving all the way into New York, which the Knicks are on right now, by the way. And I love New York City, but if it's the New York Knicks, which is like the symbolic team of New York. The Yankees are kind of national, international. The Islanders or whatever, the Mets have their own little thing going on. The Jets and the Giants are kind of split over there, but the Knicks and the Nets are nothing, but the Knicks are... No one can argue that the Knicks are like the New York team. And the fan base might be the dumbest Puerto Rican, crack babies you've ever seen in your life. I don't know if there's ever been a representation of New York City worse than the New York Knicks fans. When it's over, bing bong, do, oh. Yo, New York, we're going to do this. New York, it's always just New York in 7, New York in 4, New York in 5. You always see him counting up. New York in 4, New York in 5, New York in 6. We'll do it next year. Bing bong. I don't know what it is about that low IQ. And I don't know. I tell you, listen, it's sad because that's who New Yorkers are. That's who New Yorkers are. And as someone who's lived in New York for 11 years, I kind of consider myself a little bit of a New Yorker at this point.
Thank you, my brother.
Kevin Williams says, I saw you at Anne Frank Comedy Attic in Columbus last fall. Thanks for coming to town. I've always been surprised comics come out for a crowd of 15 people. Yeah, that was like 2 weeks ago. You know about last fall? I just did the Comedy Connection. I just did the Comedy Attic in Columbus, and no one came out. Like, no one fucking came out. It was one of those shows that was so slow, and I haven't been hit with some low shows like that in a minute. To the point where, you know, it was like day of, and there was like, because every now and again you'll do a show, and I'm happy to do a little 80-seater venue, 100-seater venue. That's perfect for me. Especially if we do a few of them over the weekend. That's perfect. If I'm in town on a Thursday and somewhere in Ohio, give me 100-seaters. We'll sell half of it. Everyone will have a good time. I'll cover the cost of the weekend. I'll make a little change. I can pay my mortgage. Right? So that's where I am. There's no like, we're not adding shows, but, you know, there's not even a close to, you know, a basketball arenas or anything like that. This is like, I'm not even playing the clubs. I'm playing a thing called like Jimmy's Jazz fucking bar. Or the Attic. And then I did it recently, and my God, no one was there. I mean, the day of, they were like, yeah, things are picking up. I go, yeah, they're picking up. And he goes, yeah, I think we're like 22 for the early show. And, you know, I think I just did both shows, which sucked. Anyway, thanks for coming out. But, thanks for coming out. To the shows. I do appreciate it. The first time I was there, the shows were great. The last time I was there, it was brutal. So I don't know if that's it. That this is when I get to turn around and say, you know, the economy's just not the same. People don't have that's what you got to do is whenever you're not selling well or doing that, and you go, you know what, it's just the economy's bad right now. People just don't have disposable income to go out and do shows. Meanwhile, Nate Bargatze's across the street selling tickets for $300, and he's added a matinee show at the stadium. And I go, nah, you know what, man? The economy's tough. The tariffs are tough right now. Collie Tyrrell tariffs. But thanks for that fucking. Thanks for that super chat. We're gonna get into some super chats now. That's too much cake. My wife ordered cheesecake cake. As in from the Cheesecake Factory. What was I saying, anyway? I wish there was a way for me to choose when the chat comes on the screen. That would be like a better situation for me. To make it so that, like, instead of while I'm talking, the chat just goes bling. You know? Instead of the chat that you just said popping off. Anyway, all I was saying is the people that are New York fans, and even as an immigrant, it's bizarre for me to move to a place and look at the locals and go, ugh, you know what I mean? Like, I kind of want them. It would just be a good opportunity to have some sort of an accident at an MSG thing, you know? Just to drive through the fucking Lil Mo mozzarellas. All the, like, there's like 5,000 of them. Hey, Ma! Hey, Ma, I look good! I don't know where these fucking dumb guineas came from, by the way. Where this brand new resurgence in, like, Italian culture showed up. Although I guess you could argue this hat is like a little bit of me posturing about the Irish, but you know, yo, Mom, my mama's cannoli. I don't know where this current fashion of pretending to be like inbred Italian came from. Leather jacket, you know, like if Andrew Dice Clay fucked the chicken parm and then you gave that guy an Instagram account. This is this new fucking born on 56th Street, East Bushwick. Yo, it's New York. You better fucking watch out in New York. I don't have a driver's license because I'm from New York. If I go into a grocery store that's too big, I get anxiety. I went into a Walmart. I had a panic attack because there were too many aisles. I'm from New York. I'm from New York. I bought some cigarettes. $22 for a can of cigarettes. I'm from New York. You gotta be from New York. Someone in the chat saying I got kicked off of Patreon because of the juice boxes. Is juice boxes working? If I say that fast, juice box, orange juice boxes. I understand there's some sort of you're hinting at some sort of thing towards our horned brethren of the media. Our horned brethren of the media is what you're hinting at, but I don't understand the boxes element of it. Is it just because, like, saying juices is not the juice? Can you not just say the juice? I got kicked off because of the juice. But you have to say juice boxes. That's the boxes part, you know. The boxes part doesn't really doesn't tickle my nuts for me. But I've been devastated news. Anyone follow? By the way, if you want to, I got a bird feeder. Getting very into birds these days. There's something about knowing when I go outside my house, and like everybody, and I just heard this, I guess, cool thing. I don't know, but Ari, a juice box, he was telling me something that he learned, I think, about when we hear birds subconsciously, we associate bird noises with safety because they can see what's going on. And then when the birds stop singing, our fucking hairs stick up on the back of the neck and our alerts are higher because of, it means there's like something unsafe. They know there's a fucking puma about to fucking snatch your baby. There's a puma about to run in, eat your baby. So when you hear birds, but I you know, that whatever about that, like I'm not like in love with fucking birds, but I do think I like being able to leave my house and when I see a bird, identify it. And if I hear a bird, identify it. And knowing just more shit about the thing, just knowing more shit. It's just like I'm at that age. I'm 35. I'm getting white. I'm turning white. You know, you're not really white until you're in your mid to late 30s. That's like really when you become white. You know what I mean? You grow a little mustache. You get a little flat cap. You stop drinking. You're having chocolate cake. And you're getting into the sound of birds. You're learning about identifying birds. What is that? Is that a titmouse? No, it's a tough titmouse, buddy. It's not even a titmouse. Guess again. Look again. You're wrong. Oh, is that a sparrow? No, it's a chipped sparrow. It's a white-necked sparrow. Right? It's a northern cardinal. You got to know these things. You got to learn these things. What type of warbler is that? What type of warbler is that? I don't know anything about warblers, but the warbler, the warblers. Am I even saying anything? Or warblers. The wobblers. The warblers, people are obsessed with them. I don't know why. The warblers. How do you even say warbler? Warbler. Warbler. The warbler birds. People are obsessed with. I don't know. I guess they're like the kind of a rare migration bird. It's pretty cool. Anyway, all I wanted to do was just fucking know a little bit more about my life, about the world I live in. Go outside the house, hear a little this. Oh, that's a blue jay. That's a blue jay. Sounds like a caw. It sounds like a hawk, but it's a fucking blue jay, and I know that. And then when I go fucking traveling, because I travel for stand-up all the time, sometimes I go to Columbus, the attic in Columbus, and I sell 14 tickets. And then I whip out my bird app, I listen to the birds, and then I go, holy shit. These guys get the fucking mourning dove here too. I did not know it stretches that far. I did not know that. So it's like a fucking pretty cool hobby. I was just true hiking the Appalachian Trail. Again, getting white, becoming white. I don't know what your bar mitzvah is for being a white guy, right? Jews do it at 13. Jews do it at 13 so they can, like, you know, they can get married and make money. For, like, the Jews have you have a bar mitzvah early so that you're a man and then you get married earlier. So then there's a faster chance of getting some cashish. I'm a father now. I'm a man now. But it's like they say, you know, you don't become an adult, you don't become an adult until your frontal cortex, right, develops, which is at 22. But you truly don't, you're not even a white guy until you're 35 and then you're listening to birds. You're not really a white guy until you're 35 and you buy yourself a ultralight camping tent and you go trekking through the Appalachian Trail. Like, you're just not really a white guy until you start to identify what is the native trees of your homeland. You know, you're just sort of not a white guy until you do those things. And I was on the Appalachian Trail doing a little true hiking, just me in the woods, all alone. And one of the mornings, the birds were going fucking nuts. Let me see. Am I in the right thing now? One of the morning, the birds were going nuts. And I actually think I deleted one of the... Where's my fucking... Oh, here we go. Sound ID sessions. Here we go. So look at this. So I woke up one morning. This is like 7 a.m. The sun's rising. Bursting in the side of my tent. We got the northern house wren, a chestnut-sided warbler. an eastern towhee, American goldfinch, which I haven't had any of them in my neighborhood. It's the fucking bird of New Jersey, the American goldfinch. And none of them have showed up. So if anyone has any fucking information about the American goldfinch and how am I supposed to get this fucker on my bird feeder, which we have to get to, let me know about how getting this American goldfinch. Pretty mad about that. American robin, a mourning dove, a dark-eyed junco, a red-eyed vireo. What does this even mean, these, like, little half-sides? I don't know what that means. There's, like, a little side, but there's a little sign beside it. And what is a junco? Addicted to heroin? Red-eyed vireo, a field sparrow, song sparrow, blue-headed vireo, ovenbird, common yellow throat, grey catbird, northern cardinal, and a swamp sparrow. Look at those sparrows. Swamp sparrow, song sparrow, field sparrow. How the fuck that a song sparrow and a swamp sparrow are identical. But if you get out this app, it's called the Merlin app. Look, you can fucking. So that's like a little cheating way. If you ever want the birds to start going nuts, you start making a little noise. He goes, "Oh, what's that, little pussy? Is that little fucking pussy I hear over there?" And he starts going, and you go, "No, I'm pretty sorry." Imagine that. Imagine you're in the park just hanging out, and then all you hear is out of nowhere, just like, "I'm so horny. I want you to. I've got such tight pussy. I've got a teenage tight wet pussy." And you go, "Oh yeah?" And they go, "No, kidding. I'm an animal with an app." Sorry, you idiot. And you go, fuck. I really thought that I was about to get fucking laid. Tell me, we're kicking off on Instagram over here, by the way. We're about to be at 200,000 followers. I got this fucking bird feeder, and because I'm in my in-laws right now, but I'm moving to my house. Fucking please God, I won't believe it until I'm in the fucking house with a shotgun in my hand. But I bought a house with my wife. My wife bought a house, and she's letting me hang out with her. We got a gaff, and we got a house, and we're moving next week. So I got this bird feeder, and I set it up in the backyard of my in-laws' house. And there's a fucking a solar panel that's supposed to connect to the bird feeder, but I didn't want to have to connect that up because you kind of have to drill it in. The bird feeder just gets strapped to the wall. It's an easy thing. The solar panel was a pain. Anyway, the battery finally ran out this morning, and when I was taking out the battery, whatever way I twisted it, I snapped the fucking connection for the antenna out the back. Yes, the Wi-Fi. So anyway, I cleaned out the bird feed, fucking recharged the battery, thought I refixed it, had this whole thing, took the whole thing apart, screws and all, bang, put it back together like some little Asian kid on his birthday, making plastic goods for fat American people. I remade this little box, and I thought it was perfect, and it worked in the house. And then when I got outside to the backyard, the antenna doesn't reach, so now I don't have the Wi-Fi. So I've got this fucking bird feeder, and it won't connect to the Wi-Fi. So I can't even get the. So I can't watch it. I can't watch it live, and then I also don't get the alerts when things are happening. Now it will still. I think it still will record. If something lands, it will record. Now the only problem is that means I can let it run all week, and then I can go get the SD card from the back, and then I gotta rewatch it, which is not. I don't know if I want to do that. Just scrolling and hoping that a bird shows up. It would be fun. It would be fun to have an avalanche of bird videos. It would be fun to just be fucking gluttonous on bird pics. That would entertain me. But it's sort of just not worth the squeeze, if you know what I mean. That's fundamentally the issue. So I don't know what to do, and I thought it was just like a simple trick. I thought it would be like just a simple fucking fix the wire, connect the Wi-Fi, and now it's broken. But I'm obsessed with this bird feeder stuff. So there's got to be an easier way. By the way,
thank you, my brother.
The fucking purple martin. What are your thoughts on purple martins? They have a unique synotropic relationship with humans and rely on us almost entirely for nesting. Ohio is home to some serious purple martin sanctuaries. Fuck you, by the way. There's a fucking... I never even heard of a purple martin until today. And then you just mentioned it right now. Serendipity, bro. Thanks for the super chat. Kevin Williams 3474 blowing the doors off the super chat. I never even heard of a fucking purple martin. Let's look it up. Let's fucking have a look at one of these purple martins. Let's see what we got to do here, by the way. I've messed up this screen, by the way. How do I open the second one here? You can go over. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Purple martin. This is the second one. So there's a fucking... There's a park not a million miles from my house. I think it's Homedale Park, maybe. Where they make what's that Ben Stiller show where they're inside their head and they're working Severance or whatever. And I think Homedale Park. But there's a bunch of birds in that park, and there's a little plaque that gives you information about the purple martin. And someone sent me a text today. So they must be in New Jersey. If they have... Oh shit, sorry. Let me show you. Here we go. See, this is also an issue that I you know what's funny? I do these streams or whatever, and then I get homework to do. And I completely forget to do them. Because this would be a better... Hold on, how do I fix this? How do I go over here? Camera. Is this my camera here? This would arguably be a better show if I was over here. Because everything naturally on the screen will always everything naturally on TV on screens always falls to the left, but I don't use this camera. I don't use this monitor, I use this monitor. So we're really dealing with a really dealing with a difficult really dealing with a difficult thing to get over. What is the migration pattern of the purple martin? By the way, great name. Great name to have for a bird. Your name is Martin. You see a bird. It's purple. You know, the purple collie would be a solid bird. Purple martins. The Progne subis. That would be nuts. If I ever got to the point where I was able to name the Latin, like the scientific fucking name of birds, that's when you're a little bit. Then you're not white anymore. You're like like a nerd. You're like a geek. That's the sort of the difference. So, like being knowledgeable. You can be a man You know, you could be a man, and you could be and you could be into kind of gay shit. You could be like outdoor boys. We you survive off the land in Alaska for a couple of days. That's like a cool thing, and you know the name of the plants, and you know the name of the wildlife, and the flora, and the survival techniques, and you know the stories of previous explorers on expeditions and stuff like that. But then when you start to know like the numbers of things, and like, then you become like a nerd, like a geek, like a virgin. Like, it's not cool anymore. It's cool when I do it. It's like being into cars. You can be into cars and engines, and that's kind of cool. And then when you start to know like the nitty gritty of the numbers, the science behind the car, you're a bit of a loser. Knowing what a Purple Martin is, cool as shit. Knowing it's a Progne Subis, chill out, buddy. Chill out. You're turning into Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes would know it's called a Progne Subis. He would know that. Purple Martins are long distance neotropical migrants. Neoconservative, neo-Nazi, neotropical. They're doesn't neo kind of mean like post? Doesn't it mean neo-noir? What does neo mean? It's like the opposite. Anyway, neotropical migrants that travel 3,000, 5,000 miles between North America breeding sites and South American wintering grounds, mainly Brazil. They return to the US in early spring and migrate south in the late summer. So they're around right now. They're walking around. What are the nesting habits of Purple Martins, especially in eastern North America, are almost entirely dependent on human-provided multi-roomed birdhouses or hanging guards for nesting. They are highly social colonial nesters that return to the same site annually. Both sexes construct a flat nest of twigs. Let me see if I can get a photo. Text me that bird photo you showed me today, bitch. Let me see, because I thought it was just like a bunch of the person was telling me about Purple Martins and a sign they saw about the birds, but then they also sent me a photo of a bunch of birds, which I thought was just crows on a lamppost. I don't know, but it could have been a tree swallow. Let's see your mother. How many swallows are there? Tree swallow, barn swallow, cliff swallow, sand martin, purple finch. All these fucking finches. Oh, the bunting and indigo bunting. Some of these fucking birds are nuts looking. Every bird I see is kind of like a little brown, a little bland. You know, blue jay rocks my nuts off. Yeah, here we go. Look at this. This is kind of like what I saw. So maybe the photo I saw today was, maybe this was all of them. They kind of looked like this. Someone showed me a photo. Let me see. That's a cool fucking bird. I've got family down in Florida now. That would be nice now if they let me put up a camera in their bathroom. If they let me put up a camera in their if they let me put up a camera in Florida, so then I could kind of track what's going on, because they'll get something like the fucking, you know, the Baltimore Orioles. They'll get the baseball team there early in like March, and then we get them in May. So it's kind of cool to see them riding up through the fucking country. You've inspired me, chat. You've inspired me. I should create I should have like a multiple live stream thing. My thing is this, is right. the bird feeder is great. It was a gift from my wife. I love the bird feeder. It is limited in it's a cheap enough gig, right? It didn't break the bank, right? It was less than $100. It's a nice little bird feeder. The bird camera goes in it. It wobbles, but it's hard to clean the fucking thing because the camera doesn't come out right. Also, you're kind of limited to just seeing that bird feeder, but I want to have a camera on a bird bath, and I want to have a camera that also gets the other shit. We've got like one of those suets, thanks to whoever recommended that on Instagram, by the way. It's like a hanging cage for woodpeckers. Now, I tell you what, I haven't seen a fucking bird go near the fucking thing, but it's up there. So I need to get like a camera that acts exactly like the bird feeder camera. And but I can put it anywhere. So if anyone has any information on how to like set up my own home multi-camera, it's crazy because I'm so unsuccessful that like this is what goes on in my brain. But I would like to have a multi-screen camera, and then I could have it just live stream onto my Patreon or something like that. And then we could have this bird feeder and that bird bath. And then we could also have our Florida location for some tropical birds. And then I want to get, as soon as I move into my new house, I'm going to get some fishies. I'm getting myself a little fucking beta fish. I'm getting myself a little fucking koi fish. And I'm going to have a little bird. I'm going to have a little fish house full of friends. And they won't annoy me. And I'll feed them and we'll be happy. Everyone else is annoying me. Not my fish. Not my little koi beta blend of fish. Not the Appalachian Trail. The Appalachian Trail the Appalachian Trail doesn't find me annoying. The Appalachian Trail loves me. And my birds love me, and my purple martin loves me. Let me see. I'm afraid now because I'm going to be... I don't even know if I should tell you, but I'm moving over to Hazlitt, New Jersey. I'm afraid now because where I'm living right now, it's a little bit country-ish, right? There's a lot of forest land. But I'm moving to like the suburbs. A lot of houses, picket houses, very white, very nice, very boring. The mailman knows your name. You know what I mean? Everyone's old. They're dating. This guy. He sexually assaulted this guy, this family's teenage daughter. There's like, it's a classic Italian neighborhood, but I'm afraid it's going to be so close together that there's not going to be many birds, although there is literally a bird living in the house. Purple martin scouts have been reported in the Hazlitt, New Jersey area as of March 2026, marking the return of these birds for nesting season. Local conservation efforts, including those by the New Jersey Purple Martin Landlords and Friends group. All right, let's click on this guy. What's this? The New Jersey Purple Martin Landlords and Friends. This is it. This is the photo I saw today. Close to Dustin's Martins here. Wow, this is it. This is literally the fucking photos. This is the photo I saw today. Wow, that's literally the photo someone showed me today. And I literally thought that was just like a bunch of crows on like some traffic lights. So is this the homes? Close to 36 martins here, more males than females. It was just a day and a half, cold rain, wind, and my OG males who have learned to love a free meal swooped down to me when I walked back. I flipped a couple hundred crickets and everyone got a few, even though the blue sky is in horizon and approaching. It's tradition here to keep the birds in training, so if, more like when, it is life-threatening weather, supplement feeding is easier. All right, I don't know what any of that means. I don't know what any of that means, but should I go down here and have a look? Should I have a little fucking look? I'm actually going to a fucking... so look, I did a few nights on the Appalachian Trail. Right? Just me out there. Just me, my trail mix, and $1,500 worth of camping gear strapped to my shoulders. And it was great. I wasn't as fit as I thought I'd be. Or at least, like, I wasn't in the right shape. Cardio-wise, not bad, but the knees were bad going up and down the... What do you call it? You know, the big thing that sticks out of the ground that you hike up and you hike down. You know those big fucking things? A mountain, is it? Anyway. So I recorded all that, so that's going up on Patreon. I'm not going to smash that up. It's not going to be anything special. I just recorded loads of the hiking. So that's going up on my Patreon. Head up to patreon.com/Colin Tyrrell. You get an extra podcast every week. And also we are going to start turning this into a at some point when I start getting these more regular, and I'm going to jump on them like randomly late at night, especially when I'm sitting around in New Jersey and I don't have much going on. It's better for me to be here talking to you good folk, talking to the legends that subscribe to the page. By the way, I haven't seen the burger show up. If anyone subscribes, if you subscribe to the channel, a little burger should show up, and you get and you do a little dance. The burger. So every time you subscribe to the YouTube channel, a little burger shows up and does a little dance. That did happen last week, but I did have to beg people in the chat to do that also. So that's like maybe not really... I really shouldn't be doing... This shouldn't be... This is... There you go. I shouldn't be taking up so much room with the screen. Anyway, yeah, I am planning on this weekend. I'm going to this bird. Have any of you seen Listers, by the way? This dude follows me. I think maybe both of them follow me. Where's my... If you want to see a good documentary, and this was a coincidence because last year I was kind of getting into birds anyway, and I was like, getting the app. I was learning about birds on my own, but my buddy was over for my wedding, and then he took out the app, the Shazam app, and I went, holy shit, you have that? And then I got it. So then I started getting into the birds that way. And now it's only really been... And then I was getting into it, learning about them, different types of birds, blah, 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 blah. Like truly, learning how they flock, who lives where, what they eat, how they fly. Like, that's how much of a nerd I am. I've sat down and watched birds fly, and then you start to realize, you go, oh, they don't all fly the same. Does that make you feel like stupid you've seen 1,000 birds, but you don't actually know how they fly? Like, you think they all just like fly like that, but most of them don't. They're kind of, some of them are gliding, and then a lot of them do this. And I'm not look like a fool here, but I gotta educate you. A lot of them do this, so that. They go flap flap, and then they and they don't even glide. It's like they put their hands in, and then they go, and they fall, and then they flap flap, and then they fall, and it's... What's that called? I need like a fucking nerd. I need a fucking bird nerd. I need a bird nerd to teach me about the flight patterns. And I mean like not like the fucking migration patterns, like how they flap their fucking wings differently. Anyway, look, I'll play this. Here's a viewer discretion is advised. Are you kidding me? But I watched this documentary. It just popped up randomly on my YouTube channel last year. Own Riser. And this was fucking crazy. I don't know how it happened, but one day I noticed this cunt was following me on Instagram, and that was like, I spazzed out. I went, holy shit! It's the guy who made the bird documentary. I was like telling my wife and stuff. Oh my God! The guy who made the bird documentary. Like I more so than like when Joe Rogan followed me, it was less of a buzz than when I realized that this guy owned Riser. Follow me. But they made this.
Kind of branch.
They made a cool documentary. Check it out on YouTube.
Some people kind of branch just recreational birding, and then some people branch into listing.
We decided to learn about bird watching by becoming bird watchers.
Birding's super competitive. A lot of people don't realize it, but there's so many people out there, trying to break records every year.
Like I said, we've been number one in the ABA several times. We've been number one in the lower 48. Been number two a couple times too. And
which kills him, I want you to know. Just
the typical experience level of somebody who does a big year is usually way beyond your guys' level.
What bird is that to you?
I don't fucking know.
I mean, I did see some black on the chest.
Yeah.
So that's a potential.
I love sleeping in a car.
Like every single day of the year needs to be dedicated to birding, going
Look at that. Look at those
building up the
shots.
list.
Is it funny? Is it a funny story to you?
Is it funny?
I mean, it's all kind of ridiculous.
We like
right?
to think we have an honor system. When somebody breaks the honor system, that's pretty serious.
It's purely a listing game.
it's kind of one of those things that we know it's not a small amount of money.
This is how to get a guide without paying for one.
Oh, he's gonna turn around. He knows.
Are you serious?
Haven't showered in 10 fucking days.
Showered in 10 days.
Look at those birds. Look at that.
Basically, nobody gets sick, actually, like that's insanely rare to actually get somebody to get seasick on our trips.
We haven't had a Key West quail dove in several years, a Cuban peewee in several years.
Cuban peewee.
We'll go after just about anything in Washington that is new for a state list.
What's he doing?
That one was a little rough.
I want to put the watching back in bird watching.
Hell yeah.
Got him.
This is bird watching?
I'm not even gonna try to be positive right now. There's no point. Smoke that thing. That's a dinger.
The endurance. Just, you got to put one foot in front of the other.
I am growing tired of it. It's a disease, I think.
This is what birders do,
We have a bit of an emergency here on board. We've taken on quite a bit of water.
I've got like 10 gases top and 10 gases bottom.
What the fuck?
It's cool to be that excited about a bird, but I think it was just to get it on their list.
The birders aren't that friendly to me.
Nobody's taking this fucking shit away from me, okay? This is my lifer. I saw this bird, and nobody's taking it away.
I don't know
okay?
how to. I don't know how to do that. So there
I'm now
is
officially the
on
youngest
these
birder ever
apps.
to reach 700 species in the lower 48. Well, I guess you could say 722.
He's approaching your guys' record.
Like 20 or more birds that have been accepted as countable from what they were last year. So most of that is not.
So they're making it easy now, huh?
Every year it gets easier.
Like you're literally just doing a big year to like be competitive and say like I achieved this thing. Like what is that doing for birds?
What is that doing for birds? I will say, look, that might have been a little bit boring for you guys, but check that out. You smoke some fucking weed and smoke a little bit of weed and watch these guys dive into the insane world of birding, which I would never do. But there is a way to. This is what I don't know, and I've done it before, but there's a way of when I get a bird on my app, which is only by sound, by the way. When I get a bird on my app, only by sound, there's a way to register it so that you can kind of collect all the birds, kind of like all Pokemon. So then you can go, okay, look, over the course of the last 6 years, I've got fucking 600 different types of birds on my apps, but I don't really know how to do it. But at the same time, I don't want to get too bogged down. Like, I'm into birds. I'm not like gay. I'm into birds in a cool way. I'm into birds in the cool way of when I broke my camera for my feeder, I'm devastated. And then I just realized I have a bird trip on Saturday. I'm gonna go down to Atlantic City. There's like a bird park. And I'm gonna see how many birds I can catch. But I'm gonna document it all. I'm gonna make some fun like footage. It's called the Edwin B. Forsyth National Refuge. All right, let me see if I can find any information on that. Oh my God, it's 10:20 already. Edwin B. Forsyth National Refuge. Who's Edwin B. Forsyth? Tell me off in the chat. Guys, I can't do everything. Google Edward B. Forsyth Natural Refuge. Sacramento is online. I see you in the chat. Sacramento's online already. It's on sale. Go buy some tickets right now. I'm gonna climb Mount Whitney after that. Being white. Welcome video. Closed captions. Let's see if any of these videos are good. In sign language. Let me see. Maybe this is good. Alright, so this is where I'm going this weekend. Assuming the weather's okay. This is the problem with your bird. You show up and it's too windy, the birds are all blown away. They're in the middle of the ocean. So, like, you know, you think it's easy to catch out these birds. Alright, so this is it's like a drive. You go in, you drive, you do a loop. It's supposed to be a beautiful place to go, actually, for like a hike too. Look at that. Did we see anything good? I'm not really, honestly, I'll be honest, I'm not really into the, I'm kind of into, what I call them, like ospreys, like, I'll be into like the hawks, owls, those type of, eagles, you know, I'll be into that type of shit. E-A-G-L-E-S. I can get into those birds, and then I can, here we go. Someone in the chat says, Edwin Bell Forsyth was an American Republican Party politician up the Reds from New Jersey who represented parts of Ocean from 1970 until his death from lung cancer in 1984. Okay. Anyway, I'm going out to see his park where it's supposed to be like literally bird heaven. And it's an hour and a bit away from my house. So I'm gonna go. So for now I got it. This is the problem, was I was planning on practicing my photography, which is this is more like a video. This is the same camera that I have right there attached to my fucking. It's the same camera I have right there attached for when I used to have multicam. Remember when my podcast used to be successful when I had guests on, but when it wasn't successful when I didn't have guests. Anyway, I'm into ospreys and shit like that or whatever that family of like falcons is. There's a word for them all. And then I'm into songbirds. And you know, like the seabirds don't, like the gulls. And there's loads of gulls. Did you know that? There's seagulls, but there's like 15 type of fucking. You go down to the beach, you think you're just seeing one type of seagull. There's fucking loads of them. There's loads of little different changes, and you'd never have any idea. But they don't do much for me. Those birds, they're all like white. They're like, they're kind of annoying. And then obviously, like a penguin and an ostrich can go fuck its mother. They don't even count. They don't even count. Anyway, but I gotta learn how to. So here's the plan. Here's the plan. I got my binoculars. Okay, super nerdy, but I'll need these for life for when I'm a hunter. For when I go up to Alaska and I live off the land like Outdoor Boys, R.I.P. Outdoor Boys. So I got my binoculars. I'm gonna be flying around, looking. I'll have my phone with me, with the app, listening, and then hopefully I catch it with the binoculars and I take out this fella, and maybe I'll get myself a couple of good shots. But I gotta figure out which one of these three, because I bought this accidentally one time online. And I've never used it once. And it's like the longest. This is like something they'd use at like when they're when they're recording the New York Giants. Like, you know, when some college kid sits on the side of the fucking, gets Odell Beckham from fucking 5 yards away, 5 miles away. I got to figure out which one of these is best. Let me type it into ChatGPT. And then and that's you gotta have a pair of binoculars. You gotta have a pair of binoculars just for. What if like something cool happens from far away? What if like you see what if a bird is flying away? What if you see a bird from far away? I never ate all this fucking chocolate cake. I'll try eating now. Honestly, it was too much for me. I don't have a sweet tooth like that. Well, is this good podcasting? Is this good streaming? Alright, hold on. Okay, luckily I already have a little tab with ChatGPT. Although ChatGPT knows fuck all, right? How fucking useless is ChatGPT? You ask it to recommend something. Give me a good restaurant to eat in Atlantic City, and they go, Luigi's Clam Bar, and you get there, closed in 1982. Closed down because of food poisoning, like some asbestos problem or something. All right, I'm googling because I've got 3 size lenses, and I never learned what the numbers mean. This is a 12 to 35, which means it's pretty close. This is a 35 to 100, which I'm guessing will be again too short. And then this one's 100 to 30, which I imagine this is going to be me. Sunday morning. What is that? Is that a purple martin? And I'll have the background look all like blurred. I don't know how they do that, but I'll have a cool photo of a bird pulling a fucking fish out of the river, and the background will be blurred, and then I'll sell it to some fucking rich cunt who lives in on like 11 Park Avenue, Middlelands. Cool. Bye. Will these photos look good? Yes. All right. That's all I need to know. Thank you, ChatGPT. Yo, check out that documentary anyway. Anyway, so I don't know what to do now. I don't know what to do with the home. I'm not typing into YouTube. Homemade bird feeder camera. DIY bird feeder camera. See, some people make bird feeders that are I guess I could just buy something like not, you know, Ring camera or whatever the bling or whatever, the bling and ring and sing queen, whatever the I guess I could just buy a fucking camera like that, whatever they're called, which I don't know what they're called. What's this?
Setting up a bird feeder that my whole family can enjoy.
Hell yeah.
Who doesn't need? Setting
it?
up a bird feeder that my whole family can enjoy. This one suctions to any window. My kids were so excited about this. We waited for about 2 days for the birds to come, and finally they found the food. Setting up a bird feeder that my whole
I don't
family
believe
can...
that's. I just don't believe that's. I don't believe a bird is gonna fucking land on your window. Oh, this is that. How to build a birdhouse with cameras inside. Now that would be fucking cool as shit. To have my own cameras inside a birdhouse, not just like a feeder. To actually have a birdhouse where they live. I'll tell you one thing I did recently, and I'm not proud of it, but it is a sign of the times, or at least where I am in my life, is that I was watching this dude. He made like one of those super long YouTube videos, like an hour and a half, where he's like, I turned my backyard into the perfect wildlife ecosystem. And he like brings in diggers and he makes like a big pond with like a little waterfall and all this type of rock and fauna and different wildlife, and all the frogs are introduced and the bees are introduced, and everything starts to just naturally evolve into this incredible fucking wildlife situation just out of his backyard. And it phenomenal. A year and a half of work, beautiful. But he also had these birds, and he had this bird nest. And he had a camera on the bird nest, and this bird shows up, lays about 4 eggs, and then she goes off to eat. Just leaves her eggs unattended. Single mother, right? It's a blackbird, and she flew off, and then while she's gone, this is how another bird flies in, right? Kills all her babies. At least that's how I remember it. Kills all the eggs, and then replaces one of the eggs with her new baby bird. And then she flies off. So this new sabotage bird comes in, kills this girl's eggs, replaces one of the eggs with her bird egg, and fucks off. And then the mother comes back like, oh, hey, I'm back from fucking Trader Joe's. She's got loads of food. And then she just sits on all the eggs, as she did naturally for, another 2 months, as long as you're supposed to do it. Loving those eggs, mothering for those eggs. And then the eggs one of the egg hatches. And he gets out and he looks at the mother. She looks at him going, I love you. And he goes, fuck you. You're not my real mom. And he flies away. And then that bird just sits there on those other eggs for like another few weeks until she realizes that they're never going to hatch. And then she just leaves all sad. Anyway, this was part of the guy's documentary. I swear to God, I was wiping tears away from my face. I was just like, she just wants to have babies. That's just so sad. I truly don't think I've connected with anything. And I don't know why that means about me, but it's the only reason I remember it is going, why did this hurt my feelings so hard? This fucking type of bird. What's that called? If anyone knows the name of it, please let me know. Type of bird that replaces other birds' eggs with their birds. Cuckoos, specifically the common cuckoo, are the most famous birds that replace other birds' eggs with their own, a behavior known as broad parasitism. Wow, let's really get into this. Let me see. Broad diet, feeding, breeding, monogamous. Right, here we go. Broad parasitism is a subclass of parasitism and a phenomenon and behavioral pattern of animals that rely on others to raise their young. It happens in humans, right? Bitches be doing that all the time. Bitches be cheating. Bitches be having you raise that fucking someone else's baby. The strategy appears among birds, insects, and fish. The broad parasite manipulates a host, either of the same or another species, to raise its young as if it were its own, usually using egg mimicry with eggs that resemble the host. The strategy involves a form of aggressive mimicry called curban mimicry. The evolutionary strategy relieves the parasite parents from the investment of rearing young. The benefit comes at the cost of provoking an evolutionary arms race between parasite and host as they co-evolve. Many hosts have developed strong defenses against broad parasitism, such as recognizing and rejecting parasitic eggs or abandoning parasitized nests and starting over. That is also, I think I read about, is that sometimes these birds, and it can happen with humans especially, because of this, if you go over to a bird's nest and play with the eggs and leave, that bird will come back, it will smell your scent, and it'll just leave. You'll just abandon those eggs. Pretty sad. Many hosts have developed strong defenses. Oh, we read that. It is less obvious why most hosts do care for parasite nestlings, given that, for example, cuckoo chicks differ markedly from host chicks in size and appearance. One explanation, the mafia hypothesis, proposes that parasitic adults retaliate by destroying host nests where rejection has occurred. There is experimental evidence to support this. Introspective broad parasitism also occurs, as in many duck species. Here, there is no visible difference between host and parasite eggs, which may be why the parasite eggs are so readily accepted. In elder ducks, the first and second eggs in a nest are especially subject to predation, perhaps explaining why they are so often laid in another nest. All right, yeah. So that was sad as shit. I didn't know that was a real thing. I didn't know that happened. But the whole thing is that you don't realize is that sure this fucker had 5 eggs, and then turns out they all died except for the one parasite eggs. But then they also lay 15 eggs a year. You know, it's not like it's like happening all the fucking time. You know what I mean? At this point, you might as well raise someone else's baby. But shout out to the parasites, the cuckoos. Now, I don't believe it was a cuckoo in the video that I saw. I don't believe it was a cuckoo in the video that I saw. Okay. All right, let me see. That was interesting. We're learning here. If you're not learning, you're laughing. All right. All right, here we go. How about this dickhead? Look.
Eric here from Badgerland Birding. Today we're going to be unboxing and reviewing the Wassertein Bird Feeder Smart Camera Case. So what's interesting about this one is it works with like existing different cameras that you have. So
oh, does it, you fucking virgin?
There's also a package where you can get one of those cameras, like a Ring camera. So we're going to be using this Ring camera to test out the case. So pretty much you can use your existing camera or you can purchase a camera and then use this case to turn it into like a smart bird feeder setup. So let's take a look in here. And then we got and get it already. And then
Yeah, set it up for fuck's
and then
sake.
I'm gonna use the tree strap to mount it. So I think we just need to add seed issue to just customize this on the app. You do a lot of stuff in motion. I'm kind of I think it was kind of notifications. So you can also look at live. Looking at more videos taken by the Ring camera. The blurriness seems to be an issue with focal length due to the fact that the camera isn't made for viewing objects up close. Nevertheless, the camera still captured some cool videos.
See, yeah. The Ring camera is a little blurred because it's not supposed to be that close.
Cool, but the main thing is that the focal length on here is just
Look at that guy. He looks like every guy I've ever met. Doesn't he?
you look at them, then this would be good for the case work well.
Haven't you all? Yeah. Haven't you met him 5,000 times? Like, I mean, at every place you've ever been, this is like one of those faces where they've ran out the Matrix or whatever, the simulation. Like the Truman Show type of extra that this guy, I've met this guy. I know this guy 500 different times. This guy is the default human in society. That is every human I have ever seen. Anyway, let me see. GoPro. This is a kind of a cool thing. This kind of bird feeder here. And this wasn't my intention. You know what? I was bummed about the bird feeder. Thanks for joining the chat. We've got, it doesn't even tell me how many people I've got here. Which is kind of cool. I'm kind of glad I don't really know what the number is because it's probably pathetically low, and then that would kind of bother me. But I don't want that to sway me either. I want to kind of be here doing my own fucking thing. Although, you know, this would be better if, again, I would if a little bit more pizzazz, a little bit more. What's this? Wheezy camera bird feeder, easy, cheap. I'm gonna click on you next. You're gonna be opening. You're next, bitch. All right, what's this guy opening here? Look.
That I'm gonna put the camera inside of. This is the new aluminum bottom. We're gonna make it that big. So just out of the way. The general idea is to have the bird feeder this long, and at the end of the bird feeder will be the camera. And it's always handy to have a big chunk of rough sawn cedar laying around. So we got this. This is an inch thick, like 2 inches deep. If you want to get that bird feeder with it, that's fine. Now in the old feeder there was about 3/4 of an inch for.
See, the problem isn't making the bird feeder. Yeah, I could spend a few days cutting up some wood and.
It's pretty.
Like making a bird feeder is just a shoebox full of fucking.
Go underneath the camera house, and this will go
sunflower seeds. It's not.
We're gonna clamp it and screw it.
Like overtly like complicated.
And I can't reuse these.
And I can't use this. And if I just grabbed my old Marie's rocking chair, she died. She died in 1998, and I've never loved again. And now I make bird feeders for YouTube. Yeah, we get it. The camera part is the hard part. This is the issue. How to paint your bird feeder. I get it.
Wobbling around.
The
USB.
So,
okay.
okay.
Placed on top of the pole, I stuck it into this. So here's the plug-in that I'll plug in somewhere. Inside, I've drilled a hole and up through the pipe, which is actually a top rail to a chain link fence. And inside here is the USB port, which I'm going to plug into. And then that will go up into the camera house where the GoPro is going to sit. And then it'll shoot a video all the way across. All right, well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Kind of fucking skipped the fucking part that was most fucking point, fucking prick.
Welcome back.
I really need to have like some Indian friends.
YouTube channel about birdie.
I need like some sort of fucking IT Indian boys who are like, you want to use the camera to spy on? You need toilet cam? I go, yes. Exactly like a camera you would hide in a female bathroom. Exactly like a camera you would hide in a female camera, but I need to find birds. And not the birds pissing on you?
Feeders.
No.
Specifically, my own DIY smart bird feeder system that I put in place using existing security cameras and a smart platform I was
very into birds.
This is not endorsed or sponsored, and I found it more affordable. This is something I right now.
Come on, hurry up.
I put in one of my existing.
Here we go. Now we're talking, bitch.
This is the Wise bird feeder, smart bird feeder camera with live view, and it came with a little magnifying little glass thingy that is good for the birds that are up close. And I put in one of my existing wide camera V4s. These are all, like, the camera is already owned. I've added some since, but food goes through the top of the feeder. And then I have this catch basket underneath because especially the house bears love to flick bird seed everywhere. So this kind of catches it. So rodents don't get it on the ground or attract any rodents. And then this pole I got from Amazon. I'll put links, of course, everything is below, but it's extra high and I can hang things off of it if I want to, which I don't. This is my second bird feeder pole and setup. That suet feeder is like my second most popular feeder. This is where the Danny woodpeckers
no
and
one
the
likes my
Carolina wrens
suets.
go to feed, and then sometimes other like
the
house
birds don't
sparrows
like my
go there
suets
sometimes.
anyway.
I also have this tube
Here's the
feeder,
thing: is like I should, you know, even though the bird feeder it is useless right now, right as of this exact moment, it is useless. Now, technically, arguably, when I move to my new house, the bird feeder might be closer to the house and it might just connect straight to the Wi-Fi, so I don't even need the antenna. And now if I just get if I get the same bird feeder, if I get the second exact same bird feeder, now I've got 2 fucking bird feeders on that fucking thing. You know, so that could be an option right now. But realistically, it took me a week to even get any of these birds on this fucking thing, and now it's a feeding frenzy out there. These birds have come to know when you're hungry, you come by Collie's house. You come by Collie's house, you're getting a feeding. Right? Baby daddy walk out on you. Got a couple of chicks to feed. You come to Collie. He look after you. I look after the bitches in the neighborhood. I look after the birds. I feed them well. Sunflower seed, peanuts, walnuts, whatever you want. I got good shit. None of that corn shit. All you gotta do is be on camera for me, baby. All you got, I'm pimping them out. All you gotta do is show a little tit from me, huh? Get a little fucking breast out from me, huh? So realistically, I should still leave the feeder there. I should still leave the feeder there with food in it, so that like the birds know that this is the fucking food hole. This is the local diner. This is where they should be. What time did I start? Does it even does it even tell me? How do I get this bigger? Let me see. No information as to how long I've been on this stuff. What's going on there? What's going on? No, I didn't eat all mine either. Huh? Yeah, it's too much. We're not 2 stoners. We're not 2 fucking What? Yeah, it was good. I'm working. God darn it. Fiddlesticks. I'm working here. She doesn't respect me. I'm talking to my friends about my birds. She comes down offering me more chocolate cake, trying to get me fat, knowing it means I won't be able to get erectile. I won't be able to get hard when I go on the road. She's afraid I'm not leave her for a fucking comedy club waitress. So she's trying to feed me full of fucking chocolate cake in the middle of the night. I really don't know how come it doesn't tell me any information as to like when did this start? Where's the fucking information as to like how long I've been doing? There must be some fucking information somewhere. Usually it would tell me some sort of a thing. There's an end stream button. Maybe it's this. Oh, here we go. Oh, it's back open. Look, I've been doing an hour and 43 fucking minutes, and y'all have been relatively good in the chats today. I think we made about $30 here, so that's not bad. That's not bad. That's about $15 an hour. That is minimum wage in some sort of a Midwest. That is minimum wage out there. That's a minimum wage I'm making. I'm about to go. So again, I didn't get a single burger frustrating to not get a burger on the screen today. But yeah, I should keep the food out. This is the problem with these bird feeders, is that you put the feeder out. These birds are fucking skeptical. They're not just fucking dying. They're not like dogs just jumping on it. I put that bird feeder. That bird feeder's been gone all day today. I might hang that back out tomorrow. Could take fucking 6 hours for a fucking chickadee to jump up on that fucking thing. Cardinal, forget about it. Forget about it. A blue jay, he won't go near it. I put some oranges out there hoping to get some fucking Baltimore Orioles. Didn't see a male cardinal for days. Didn't see a male cardinal for fucking days. Colin, that's a genius play to eat cake. What do you mean? How do I deal with squirrels? Are you asking me? There's just no squirrels where I live. I don't know how, I don't know why. In this particular house, right this very second, there's no squirrels. But also, the thing I have the bird feeder on is a plant. It's like a fucking 4x4, like a plant. Just a perfectly square plank of wood with a bunch of like hanging plants. You know those hanging type of plants? I don't know what you call them, hanging plants. They should be on that, but I kicked them off. I said, sorry, mother-in-law, fuck you. I got my bird feeder on it. And so I do believe that I believe it's hard for the squirrels to get up that. Now, they're not really in this neighborhood. It's not that type of fucking neighborhood. Sorry, squirrels. Now, don't ask me why. It's the first time I've ever lived anywhere in my entire life with no squirrels. But chickadees love my birdhouse. I'm sure they fucking do, bitch. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna get out of here. But look, I should be. Like, this is pretty cool
popular, but
like, just because I'm not getting here's the thing, and I gotta remind myself, just because I'm not getting the videos of the bird feeders, and also here was the thing with the bird feeder. I really had some ambitions to like talk about some lots of shit. Maybe I'll jump on a stream tomorrow night too. I don't have any shows tomorrow night. When's a good time for people who are into live streams? I don't really know. We're eventually going to turn this, once I start getting comfortable in this and start doing this regularly and start kind of getting my groove. Like, I'm still kind of just figuring this shit out. Getting my groove. Oh my God. Shove a gun in my mouth. Blow my brains out. Once I start getting my groove. Once I start getting into this and sort of knowing what I want to talk about, how I want to talk about it, blah, blah, blah. We are going to start doing some phone-ins with some people. So I have a producer lined up. We're going to start doing it. I think Thursday nights are going to work. I'm often on the road on Thursdays, but it's a guarantee that if I'm not on the road, I'm available. I'm like, and Fridays, Saturdays are not like that. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm always in the city doing shit. So it looks like every Thursday night, and we'll probably start doing some phone-ins. Some sort of Q&A type of bullshit. Yeah, but anyway, so I got this fucking feeder, and then it comes with AI, but you have to pay a subscription for the AI. And what happens is you'll get an alert, and it should tell you the type of bird that is that you've seen. Now that's whatever, because I look at all the videos all day anyway. But I do believe I would end up missing a bird. I think. It's very easy for a bird to slip through the cracks if you're looking at it all day, every day. But at the same time, it's helped me recognize the birds myself. If I was just going bling, 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 and it was telling me all the time, I don't think I'd learn. It's like your GPS. You have a GPS, you always type in your GPS, you don't really learn the roads. You're better off just GPS the first time, try remember it the next time. And it's the same with these birds. Anyway, let's see what this bitch is talking about. So all I'm saying is, even though my bird feeders now shit the bed, I might just get one of these guys and hang it out there anyway. Because the birds need to eat.
Has like crushed, or I don't know, sunflower seeds in there. And this is another like basket. This one I feel like I'll put any of the dumps seeds in there. I'll scoop up, or
Again, the seeds falling on the ground might be an issue for some people, but again, the house that I live in, it's a lot of it's a kind of like it's in the woods kind of an area, so it's like a wooded area. A lot of kind of like, so you hang a
I have
tree out
some
there.
peanut.
I'd love to stick a tree, even though it's not. I'd love to go into public property and just hang up a bird feeder. I don't think it's probably legal to have a camera on public property, but that would be cool to like bury it in the forest really far, really see what's going on there. But I guess, I don't know. Am I more likely to get different birds like 30 feet further into the forest? I don't know.
Various different foods.
There's a
there.
various foods, and this
Sometimes
is
if
gonna
the
do
other the
that.
hopper is too busy, they'll go in that. Juncos tend to go on the ground. They're feet off the ground, but so does a song sparrow. But
Yeah.
robins, things
Yeah.
that ox. So I have a.
Tell us about the camera, bitch.
So this is
Come
the
on.
Weiss bird feeder. It's all plastic. You can ignore this sticky residue from duct tape. I can go into that in a future video. But so it pops up here. Like I said, this is where the camera clips in, and then like the wire hangs out the back. It's accessible where I can show you all the different things. Well, I know the tree or something. I don't know for a tree, but to do that for suction, it's a really good package. So there you go.
Let me see. Bird cam water. Water fountain. Look at this guy. Look at this. Here we go.
It's back.
Look at that fucking hummingbird, baby. Look at that fucking hummingbird. Sexy as shit. I'm gonna buy a bunch of when I move into my house, I've already got a couple of plants saved so that I can plant them. The hummingbirds are gonna love them. Birds in the bat, no interruptions. What is this? 1.7 million views. Relaxing bird bath. Splashing birds. Oh, well, first of all, I'm playing this. And it's probably already playing. Cardinal. Let's go back and see if we can. I don't know. Someone name them. Name these birds. Take a screenshot. Ask ChatGPT. You tell me. Let's go. Super shot. We're going crazy here. Everyone in the chat, go nuts. What do we got there? Like a finch. I don't know what that is. What is that? Yellow bellied cocksucker. Cardinal. Bang. Looks like a cardinal anyway. I don't know if that has a black face. Maybe it's not a northern cardinal. Maybe it's a different type of cardinal. Doesn't look like the birds in my house. All right, let's go. Come on. What's next? Hit me. Hit me. Skip. Skip. Hit me. All right, come on. Oh, what's this? Again, what the fuck is that? What are these? What's this? Oh, look at this blue guy. What is he? I don't know what that is. Can't even tell you the fucking breed. I'm a fucking useless idiot. I'm not a bird. I'm not a birdie. I'm not a feeder. I'm not a lister. Look at this little yellow fella. Oh, what's this big chicken? What is that? It's massive. It's like a fucking house wren or something. It's huge. That's a massive bird though. Look at the shape of his head. He's like a dove. Some sort of a field dove, I'm guessing. Let me see. Anyone in the chat? Does anyone in the chat even know this? Let me see. Chickadees love my birdhouse. Play a fucking game. Need to get rid of any purchase of squirrels we'll use for climbing. 10 midnight-ish. What's that mean? That's what time this should be? I'm going to do this from 8 to 11 every Thursday. That's when my plan is. Here's a tiny notebook. Great. That is a reference to Kiltony. Someone says 10. Thursday is Arena of Ideas, though, with Dalton and Robbie. Oh, am I clashing with Dalton Pruitt and Robbie Goodwin? unfortunately, the world is like you stream and you stream. There is no like, oh, that's this guy's thing. It's like it is what it is. You can't find the only time that no one does it. I'm gonna do it 3 a.m. Danny Polishchuk has left a hole in the market. Does Danny not do his pod anymore? Early in the mornings and dusky dark should be prime, but all day really. I don't know what that means. If it's public property, you are probably allowed legally to put up a trail camera. That's the kind of camera you should be using. Eastern Cardinals and Bluebirds and my bird. Bluebirds. I don't think we have any Bluebirds over here. We got the Blue Jays. Bluebird, not Blue Jay. A quail. A quail is what that motherfucker said. Looks like a bit like a UK thrush. My cats are going crazy for the birds. Fuck that. Okay, so you guys didn't know. You think that's a quail right here? That's pretty cool. Those sexy little bluebirds, man. I'm going. Oh, there we go. Look at that. What's this fella? Oh, that's a female cardinal. Oh, damn it. And then. Don't know what you are. There's a little wren, is it? There's a little garden sparrow or something. You know what I should have done? I should have had some like preemptive, like watch this video, had this all learned, and then just like pretended like I just knew the names of them all and like press you. There we go. There's a white-necked chickadee. No, black-capped chickadee. Bang. Black-capped chickadee. Not doing too bad. I know some of these. I don't really know what that bird there is. Is that a blue? I don't think that's a blue jay. A blue jay wouldn't be getting scared off from a cardinal. Anyway, enough of this now. But that was a lot of fun. I could actually play this. That's a great game to play if you want to learn some fucking. If you want to learn some fucking birds, go watch a fucking random bird bat. Oh, I was fucking trying to. I was supposed to. I just wonder if I should just buy, like, instead of buying a special bird feeder exact thing, should I just buy a collection of, like, bling or ring cameras, and then you just set them up yourself in the backyard, and they go off, so I'll have one on my fucking suet, and I'll have one on my bird feeder. Well, the bird feeder will be on the inside of it, so I don't need it, but then I'll have one on this particular thing and one on this, and then every time there's a thing, it all just gets recorded on the fucking thing. Maybe I could fucking have a live stream of it. Like, I wonder if that's the better scenario here, or am I dealing with some issues such as if the bird is super fucking close, it's not gonna have a good focus. I heard somewhere earlier today that birdsong is good for dropping bird feather. It was Ari and Rogan were talking about it. And I only know this because Ari told me on the phone that that's what they were talking about, because we were talking about fucking birds. Eastern bluebird female. It's helpful to know your local birds and trees on the like. It's so cool though. I think it's kind of cool to know, like, just cars and shit, because I don't know anything about cars. Never had an interest, never learned anything, can barely fucking drive, don't even like getting Ubers. But I think just having the experience of life would be elevated, being able to call on information. And that's like the trick of life. The more you know, the more you know. And it all starts to feed each other gradually. The more you understand when you're watching TV, the more you learn about the creation of a story and acting and symbolism and art, the more you can consume, the more, like, the language of film, as they say. The more I've learned about movies, the more I appreciate movies, if that makes sense. The more you start to pick up on camera angles and what they're saying, and that's just like a small example of movies are more fucking fruitful to me since I've done acting courses, since I've learned some like writing and directing things. And I don't know a lot, but it's made me enjoy it more. And it's got to be the same with music, and it's got to be the same just in life in general. Being able to acknowledge the cars that you see around you, which I don't know, but knowing birds and trees, it has to give you more to live for. There's more to fucking take in, more to understand. I think that's true. I just think that's true. Where's my wife texting me? I just think that's true. And architecture would be a fantastic thing. I think if you understand architecture on a level, rather than just walking by a building, you walk by a building and you can say, this is a particular shape, which means it was built at a particular time, or which goes against the fucking era, or this is what you can tell from the shape of a building what the architect is trying to say. Like art, even art, even at the most simplest ways ever, I've tried to look into art where it's like, instead of saying, oh, this is a coffee cup on a table, that's all it is because you saw a coffee cup on a table. There's often more there to it. And even if there's not, even if it was just a fucking coffee cup on a table, allowing yourself to pretend that the artist chose to make the coffee hot or cold, he made the fucking coffee cup a certain shape or the table a certain color, and what is there a chair? Is there no chair? Is there multiple chairs? Is there fucking carpet, a rug? Is there a backer? All that shit, whatever that little dumb game is, it enriches your life. Playing the game of enrichment, that's kind of all this shit is trying to figure out ways to enjoy this a little bit more. And I guess it's just you being old and gay. You just get old and gay. You get old and gay, and I think your first taste is probably sitting around watching World War II documentaries, and then let out 7 years from now, you're going, that's an oak tree right there. All right, I'm off to bed. Everyone, thanks so much for fucking watching. I appreciate it. I'm gonna leave this one up. 2 hours. Not bad, but no breaks, no real conversation, no real topic. These will get better, I think. We'll have a little bit more fun. We'll figure out to have like a little bit of a theme. More people will start to get used to them at a certain time. And I'm going to start jumping on randomly. Like if I find myself with a random Monday morning, I'm just going to jump on the fucking... Someone said I should get into gardening. Yeah, I definitely would like to. I don't know how well I can commit to it. And then the house I'm moving into doesn't necessarily have the most gardening. Like I can definitely do. Here's the thing: I could do some plants and trees and things like that. Sure, but I'd like to do more, like vegetables and stuff like that. So maybe I should just come back here. This is my in-laws. They're gonna live about 20 minutes from me. So maybe I could like. They're old. They're retired. They don't notice anything. I'll just show up here and start planting tomatoes. They won't even know. All right, I'm gonna bounce. The subtle language of film symbolism helps me to understand my dreams. I don't know what that means. Look at everyone in the fucking comments here is talking about birds, talking about trees. I like it, guys. I like it. Head over to patreon.com/Colin Tyrrell if you want to support the show a little bit more. Thank you very much, everybody. Take it easy. Good luck. Good night.